Well. Vladimir Putin just held an interview just minutes ago, and he stated how Donald Trump wants to pull out of the INF treaty and have just a complete and utter nuclear arms race like the world has never seen before. That couldn't even fathom what they're gonna create. Dude, the hypersonic missiles and the doomsday weapons that they're gonna create and new ones. Awesome toys, boys and their toys, right? Boys and their toys. Can they play in the same sandbox together? The world's only so big. That's why we're going to space. So that way we can jump outside of the sandbox, right? So it's kind of an interesting way to look at it. But these two nations are down there squaring off with each other down in Venezuela right now. So I don't know what's going to happen down there, but this can't be good. You know it, I know it, that Vladimir Putin is not going to back down, and Trump doesn't seem like he's the kind of guy to back down, especially when you got John Bolton in his corner over there, the war hawk from hell, dude. Oh, yeah, that guy's an ass. So I was, when I found out that motherfucker was going to be in there, I was like, oh, great, here we go. Here we go. This fucker likes to start wars. That's why we got so many troops in by Crimea right now, and we got them in the Balkans right now. We got ships all over the place right now. And you know what? Russia's doing the same thing with us. That's why they got bombers down in Cuba right now, and they got bombers in Venezuela. So they're right on our doorstep too. And they got their subs that are lurking around. So tread lightly, Trump. That's all I got to say, dude, because he basically stated in this interview this morning that, if your posture is that we will strike you, that the United States of America will strike Russia for any major reason, but actually use nukes. And he was stating that only America, and only America only, has been the only country that has ever used nuclear weapons on any other country. And that was the USA in World War II, and it was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Little boy and fat boy. So it was us that used them, and I'm glad we used them because it ended that fucking war. The war needed to be ended. The POWs needed to get freed. They were burning POWs in bunkers. It was bad. So bad news for those poor POWs. So that's why we dropped that son of a bitch. We want to end that fucking war. So no holds bar. That's the way wars used to be fought. That's the way Vladimir Putin. That's what I mean. Watch out. That's the way Vladimir Putin. Let's get right on this point. What the hell do you think he just did to Syria? He laid waste, complete and utter waste to Syria, dude. You ever seen any drone footage of these fucking cities where the drones go over? Dude, there's not one fucking building still standing that's somewhat even recognizable as a building. And these are entire cities, like massive cities. It just goes on and on and on for miles and miles of cities. All over Syria he has carpet bombed and laid waste, and I mean waste, to these motherfuckers over there who claim to be Daesh, them as ISIS. He squashed them. And there ain't many left. And if you give him time, in good time, he'll finish the rest of them. Just leave him alone. And now I found out that the U.S. is, no matter what, is going to leave at least 1,000 boots on the ground in Syria, no matter what. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to station them all up there in the north to try to keep Turkey away from invading the Kurds. The first thing that they said when we were talking about a complete and utter withdrawal, what was the first thing that came out of Erdogan's mouth? Anybody that's a Turkish supporter out there, what was the first thing that said? Now is our time to invade the Turks. The Kurds. Now is our time. Now is our time to shine. We're going to crush the Kurds. That was his words. His exact words. And he's already got his tanks, his troops on the border. They're already up there by Aleppo right now as we speak. So they're all over the place. So they're guarding the borders. But he he has the army to do it. Turkey is a very powerful nation, and Turkey has a very powerful army. And if they wanted to go in there and lay waste to the Kurds, if they really wanted to, it would be a complete and utter bloodbath. Because you're gonna have a military from hell coming after a force that's a force to be reckoned with, dude. These motherfuckers been taking the fight, fighting alongside Bashar Assad and Putin. I mean, they've been taking the fight to ISIS, dude, in just brutal fucking warfare like you've never seen before. But these battle hardened motherfuckers, dude, we call it Kurds. All they want is now to have their own area to live. They, if they find some ISIS in their areas, I'm sure they'll all get together and crush those little motherfuckers so they can try to go back and try to live in some kind of peace if they still want to remain in Syria. I don't know. There ain't much the remains of Syria, but I'm sure there's still some towns that are somewhat recognizable, the smaller ones, but not the big ones. So, but, so we got a major battle going on right now in Baghuz right now. So they're still fighting ISIS right there. So they're getting them out of there. The Kurds are in there just beating the shit out of ISIS right now as we speak. I just got the blip of that on my phone. They're still taking the fight to them, dude. So Baghuz is still a fucking war zone. So you can only imagine. Hopefully Trump doesn't drop any more fucking white phosphorus bombs on people in Baghuz. So hopefully just let the Kurds just finish the job. That's what you got to do. They already armed them. They're already battle hardened. They're already trained. They know what they need to do. Just let them go in there and do what they need to do. At least they're not gonna fucking burn men, women, and children with white phosphorus like you like to do, Mr. Trump. At least they're gonna take the fight to them the legit way. So, all right, love y'all. You have a good one. You probably don't like that if you're a Trump supporter. I'm not a very proud Trump supporter. So. Absolutely not. But I hate Biden, and more than anything, I fucking hate that guy. And Bernie, you don't understand the cold chant. The snowball's cold. I can't speak this morning. The snowball's chance in hell of fucking winning the presidency. I'm sorry. There's so many Bernie supporters out there. Sorry, I just couldn't talk there for a second. Just didn't roll off the tongue, but I love you, Bern. I love socialism is awesome in a perfect world, but I just don't think socialism works. I don't think it would work in America. There's just too many people. Too many people. If college was like $1,000, bud, think about it. All the Bernie supporters out there that if college was like, let's say $1,000 a semester, and in the end it was only like $24,000, then it would be cost efficient to send people to college. But college costs way too much, and we have too many people. There's just too many people. There's no possible way, if you do the math, that it would actually work to send just the legit, few. So just to have them all paid for, because then everybody's going to want to be the smartest, and everybody's going to want to be the brightest then, huh? Because you're going to get free college. Well, how are you going to fund that? So think about that. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. My wife's like, maybe just the 1 percentile will get free college, and I was like, well, they kind of already do. But that's my daughter. She's a fucking genius. She's very good in college. She's very, very smart. But but she still has to pay for college though too. She's got a lot of grants, but she's been paying her loans down. I'm proud of her. So, but you guys have a good day.